guys, welcome back to my channel. So welcome to part 2 of my handmade watercolor greeting card. Now for those of you who haven't seen the last video I posted, if you're either new to my channel or you haven't gotten a chance to watch that video, I spent last night creating this beautiful handmade greeting card with a watercolor background and some glitter and cardstock. This is how the card looks like once it's fully dried, and I did have it laying under a book, so as you can see it has completely flattened out and all of those wrinkles have been smoothed out, and you can even kind of see how all that glue works, and it just looks perfect. And I used my favorite glue of all time, which is the Art Glitter Glue. So this is what we made yesterday, and because of my darn phone storage issue, I couldn't film the second greeting card that we made together. So I'm so excited to sit down and create this greeting card. And as you can see, I already glued it to my cardstock paper. And I went ahead and I chose a yellow paper for the background. I felt like yellow would have matched perfectly with these circles here. And this is just a really nice, beautiful, I guess like spring themed card. For my card decoration, I'm going to be using these stickers here that I got from Dollar Tree. And these stickers I've had for, I think like 4 or 5 years. I got them from Dollar Tree, and we're going to be working with this today. On some plain white cardstock, I already chose my stickers for today, and I decided to go with cats since that last card was a dog themed card. So I chose these 2 cats and some elements to fit, and I went ahead and I used my Micron pen to trace around the stickers, and I just did some simple lines for this one. So we're gonna go ahead and cut out those stickers. And that last video I posted, it was actually my very first greeting card tutorial. Actually, it doesn't really have a lot of views, but that's expected when you first start out on YouTube. I told my husband once it's uploaded, he has to watch the whole thing, even though it's an hour long. He was actually really excited that I posted my first art video on YouTube, because like my husband has always been a super big supporter of my little art business, and he's always like pushing me to continue with my art and pushing me to succeed. And one of the main things that we talked about was, like for a couple of years actually, was me starting a channel. And I'm actually glad I started my YouTube channel. I actually started a few years ago, but just this year I decided to finally make a video where I actually talk. And yeah, I just had like so much fun creating that video last night. And my original clip was about an hour and 30 minutes long. So a lot of editing. It took like 3 hours to edit that video, but I just really loved it. So here I have some white scrapbook paper, and I'm going to be writing out a sentiment for this card. But before that, I kind of want to lay out my little characters. As you can see, we already added the glitter before adding the stickers, which makes it a little bit trickier, because then the cats will not adhere that well to the page. I actually did that by mistake. So we're just gonna have to try to work with it. So normally I like to put my stickers in a little corner. Like I like putting them up here, but I don't want to glue on the actual glitter part. So I think we're just going to okay, I think I'm going to place them right here. But we're just going to have to create a sentiment that's smaller. So I think this card should say, let me see. I think I want to write, "You are perfect." So we're going to have to write that a little smaller. You are perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and trace this with my black pen. Alright, so I went ahead and I made the lettering just a little bit thicker. So we're going to be cutting that out. And of course we're going to be adding some cardstock, pattern cardstock to the back. Alright, so I think I'm going to go with this pink polka dot pattern paper. And I'm basically just going to, and this is just basically scrap paper that I have in my little scrap bin. And I'm just going to line up, we have a little pencil mark in the corner. I'm just going to basically line up my sentiment just like this, and then cut that out. This little strip here fits just perfectly. I love when that happens. And I think I'm going to add a border to this too. So I think I'm just going to, you know what, I'm going to go with the classic black pen. So I am just going to go ahead and line my sentiment. And I'm going to create 4 dots on the 4 corners. Just make a really simple border. And I think I'm going to be adding even more glitter to that greeting card. That's why I'm kind of keeping it simple. But of course we need to remember to glue on these sentiments first. And let's see. I think I'm just going to keep my sentiments in the middle. That way we have a perfect flat surface. I think that looks really cute. So I'm going to go ahead and glue all of these on. And because I want my little stickers to adhere really well on the card, I'm going to be adding some glue and tape to the bottom of my stickers. And we're just going to be basically putting a very little bit going around the tape and plopping that on. Should I make the cat crooked a little bit? Let me see how that would look. I think I'm gonna make okay, I'm gonna make this one straight. And then I think I should glue on the letters next. Or tape on the letters. We don't need any glue for this. And for the little stickers, I like to just add extra glue just to make sure it sticks. Because sometimes on painted surfaces, you don't really get like the strong adhesion. I love these little paw print stickers. I got them from Hobby Lobby in the little sticker section, and I just really love these. These are something that I always repurchase whenever I make my cat and dog theme greeting cards. Basically anything in the sticker section is amazing. From Hobby Lobby or even Michael's. Hobby Lobby is cheaper when it comes to stickers. So I own mostly Hobby Lobby stickers. And then of course a lot of Dollar Tree stickers. So yeah, I think that looks good. I feel like if we tilted the cat, it would look kind of funky. Like, if I had it in the corner, I would probably have it tilted, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Does it look better tilted this way? Does that add anything extra? Or if we just kept it straight? I'll just keep it straight for now. And it looks like we have some glitter on here, so I'm just gonna lightly brush that off. Because if we left it on, it wouldn't really stick that well. Oh, that looks so cute. Okay, and I feel like this one needs more glitter. So I think I am going to add the glitter last this time, and instead I'm going to be adding the border. So for the border, I wanted to do something different. Actually, so for the border, I kind of want to do like little squiggly lines. And I'm going to do something similar to this border here. Kind of reminds me of like, okay, is my camera in focus? Okay, there we go. So it kind of reminds me of mermaid fins or like fish scales or whatever. So I'm gonna do that same pattern on the border, but with a bright gel pen. And this gel pen is my UB gel pen. I got it in a pack at Target a long time ago. And these are pretty good gel pens. I have enjoyed using them. They're really bright. So we're just going to draw along the borders. I'm just kind of making little humps. I love how bright this is. Kind of goes well with that orange glitter. And when I do borders along my greeting cards, I don't really like to keep them super uniform unless I'm going for that perfect look. So, like right now, I'm just kind of, sometimes I'm doing like 3 waves or 2, just like that. Alright, I love how that turned out. It's really bright and vibrant in person. I feel like the camera kind of makes this card washed out. So now that that's done, I'm gonna go ahead and pick out some glitter. I think we're gonna go, let's see. Okay, we're gonna do the pink one. I feel like that would match better. I was gonna go with a green, but I feel like that's a little bit too bright for this card. And I might make it look a little bit too crazy. So I'm gonna go with this pink. And I think for this background, I'm just going to make random lines of glue. So I'm just gonna kind of do little zigzags on all of the pink parts. And then we're gonna quickly add some glitter. All right. Look at how pretty that pink is. And oh my gosh. So I guess that gel pen was still wet, but it looks like the glitter sunk into that wet gel pen, which I am perfectly okay with. I just didn't expect for it to stick like that. that is so fun. And the only thing that it did not get was this right here. So I think I'm just gonna go over that. That way it doesn't look super bare. That is so funny. I did not expect that would happen. But I wonder if it will stick on. If not, I'm just gonna have to brush it. I love when I make happy accidents like this. It looks like that glitter is not gonna stay on the gel pen part, but that's completely fine. But I'm just gonna brush it away anyways, because when I put this in an envelope, I don't want it to get super messy. But you know what? That's a good idea for another card. Maybe we can make little shapes out of the glue and put the glitter on there. That would be a lot of fun, actually. I'm so glad that I came up with this idea, because I have been having such an amazing time playing with glitter again. And I've been making some really, really good stuff. So I went ahead and I decided to go with some orange distressed cardstock. So we're gonna go ahead and cut those down. And this is still wet, so I have to be really careful when I measure out my paper. And there is some pen lines on the white cardstock, so we're gonna have to erase those. You can kind of see my pen markings on the sides there. So I'm gonna go ahead and erase those. I'm using my really old, this used to be a little ghost. I got these erasers at Target a few years ago. One summer when our AC broke, all of my rubber erasers, well, not all of them. So, okay. I actually have a pretty unique hobby, I guess. I love collecting erasers, and I have loved erasers since I was like 8 years old. So I have a huge collection of pencils and erasers. And one very, very hot summer when our AC broke, I didn't even know this could happen in a house. But basically, the erasers kind of fused together and melted on top of each other, and it kind of ended up being a really goopy mess. I actually have a few of them. I actually have a few of them here that I can show you, but these were Lisa Frank erasers. You can kind of see how the heat completely warped that eraser. And it sucks because I've had these erasers for years and years and years. So that's why this looks like this. But thankfully we fixed our AC and that won't happen again. But I'm kind of sad because some of them I had to completely throw away because I tested them on a paper and they just were either really hard or they just stopped erasing completely. And some of the erasers I had were like collector's items that you can find on Etsy, not Etsy, on eBay nowadays, going for like $200 a pack. At least for the Lisa Frank erasers or the pencils. So yeah, that kind of sucked. I was really upset about that. And I do live in Arizona, so you can kind of imagine how hot our house was. It was just a completely unbearable summer. And I'm so grateful and I thank God every day that we have a working brand new AC. I feel like that is such a good background. I love how that turned out. So we're just going to find a background. This works. I'm gonna get some cardstock and measure out my note card. And for this card, I'm actually going to line it differently. So I think I'm going to align it to the right side of the page. That way it kind of adds like, I don't know, like it just makes it fun basically. I don't like to make my greeting cards like all of the same. Every single one is different, including the inside of the cards. I'm just obsessed with doing like super artsy details. So we're just going to line that on the side and make sure it's super straight. Oh, that looks really good. So for the inside, what should I do for the border? Okay, I think I'm going to grab my pink gel pen. And this is by the UB brand. And okay. So I wanted to share something really funny but kind of gross, and I don't understand how it happened. But as you can see, this little dot here is a bug inside my gel pen. And I can't tell what kind of bug this is. It just looks like a, I don't even know. So if you guys don't live in Arizona we have a lot of bugs. And sometimes they get in your house and you would find them in weird places. Obviously, we don't have a bug infestation or anything like that. but this is weird. I feel like it squeezed through this little hole here. I didn't even know there was a hole in the gel pens. But look at how fat he is. How did he fit inside a gel pen? Like, that is just wild to me. Does this happen to anyone, or am I going crazy? Does this happen like to normal people, or is it just me? And the pen works just fine, but I can't get that bug out. It looks like he crawled inside the tubing of the gel pen or something in that little plastic tube. But this is just the weirdest thing that's ever happened to me as far as a bug getting stuck in my gel pen. The gel pen works just fine. I still use it. I'm not going to throw it away just because there's a dead bug in there, but it kind of makes me laugh whenever I see it. So anyway, we are going to make a I think I'm just gonna repeat that same border all across the cardstock. And of course it doesn't have to be perfect. And that is the finished card. You have your beautifully hand-drawn border. And then I am going to let the glue dry, and then I'm going to put this on a book to completely make it flat. But this is the completed greeting card. And this is basically what we finished together. And I actually had so much fun doing this. I actually have even more ideas coming up that I would love to try. But yeah, thank you so much for hanging out with me and watching my video today. This is so much fun, as always. This is a lot of fun, and I'd like to make even more videos. If you want to see how I made this greeting card here, go ahead and watch part 1. And that will basically just be the video posted under this one. And let me know in the comments which one is your favorite. So personally, I like this purple dog theme just because purple is my favorite color. And I love the little swirl design. And let me know what kind of greeting cards you would like to see. Let me know what you would like for me to do on my channel. So these style cards actually inspired me for another card video, but I don't know. I just have so many creative ideas flowing through my head right now, and I'm super excited to get them posted soon. So stay tuned for that. And thank you so much for watching my channel today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And if you like this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel for more creative videos like these. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.